just come straight from his race into commentating for this race. All right, so it looks like we're starting.
Yeah, so this run is actually really fun. 8-bit is not the complete category, I guess. You don't complete the game in this one. You just reach a specific part of the game, the 8-bit part, I guess, and you complete it. It's like really linear, so they won't really have to do any quests overall. So far, I have to say that the run is now begin on the first level, which is like Ninja Village. It's not really a level, it's more of a tutorial and an introduction to the story. They learn the basic mechanism of the messenger, which is cloud step.
So the cloud step is this double jump that you see them doing after attacking a lantern or an enemy. In this case, it's just the lanterns. We'll see enemies once we reach Autumn Hills in just a moment.
So yeah, as far as the story part, Demon Army attacks every 500 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's
and
right.
The Western hero is summoned, I guess, every time to repel the Demon Army and save humanity. This time the Western hero arrived a little bit late, so we are the only one who survived the Demon Army attack. So we're gonna be the messenger for this one. We're gonna have to carry our scroll to the top of the mountain on the other side of the island. Right, so this is like an introduction part, learning cloud step and learning a little bit about the game, I guess, the story. On to Autumn Hills, the first level, and this is actually a little bit of a difficult level, despite the fact that it's the first one, as far as like speedrun goes, because they're gonna be doing some really interesting stuff.
Yeah, and they don't have any of the upgrades. There is a New Game Plus mode, which has been released in the latest patch, which will give them the upgrades from the beginning, but this is actually quite a difficult sort of platforming level without those upgrades.
Yeah, you will see a specific technique, not really that much in this level, but in some other levels, they're gonna be doing a double slash, like slashing the lantern as they fall down, and then using that cloud step to slash the lantern again, so that way they can get a little bit higher than usual. And that technique is like a little bit tricky, but
it took me a very long time to learn that technique.
Yeah, the timing is a little bit weird.
It feels amazing though. The first few times you do it, it's like flying.
Exactly. Cloud step is probably the reason this game is really amazing. I think that there is no other game with a similar mechanic, in my opinion. It's really outstanding. Makes this game so fun to know around. Okay, a specific damage boost that you saw there on the spikes, Dragonstrike unfortunately failed that one, while zeldablade managed to go through that one. You either get pushed right or left. Now, I don't know exactly how you do that.
I believe it depends on the location of the hitbox of the particular spike you hit. If you hit it on the left side, you'll be pushed left, and if you hit it on the right side, you'll be pushed right. So each set of 2 spikes is one spike object.
So usually there is like a specific setup for this situation, so you will pretty much guarantee you'll hit the right side of the spikes, so you will get pushed accordingly, but yeah, Dragonstrike unfortunately failed that one. Cool effect in this game as well. The music gets muffled while you go underwater. As you can see, this is like really cool. Yeah, so far we saw 2 damage boosts, despite the fact that it's not really a difficult level. You will get really low on HP, so you know every single mistake might actually cost you. That's like the difficulty of this level. I just need to mention a specific mechanic in this one, or not mechanic, how I guess the spikes work. Spikes and all the traps like the swinging ball that you saw there, they deal 3 points of damage instead of like the regular 1 that all the other enemies do. So you'll see, not really in this level, but on the next one, The runners are going to be on 3 HP for quite a lot of time in some sections, and there are going to be a lot of traps that might cause a death. This is probably, the next level is probably going to be the most difficult one in this category, in my opinion, as far as survivability goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Each level comes with its own challenges, and they're all very different styles. So this is some nice open platforming. It's fairly straightforward in terms of platforming.
Yeah, it's
you
really
use the
interesting.
full extent of your jump most times.
Yeah, and of course Cloud Step. You use that all the time. It's so good. Alright, so right before the boss, we're gonna get 2 upgrades. The shurikens, which are used to one-cycle the boss, and the other upgrade is our recovery after we get hit. Instead of like getting knocked back all the time, we can just like press A and recover from that one. Let's see how the runs deal with the boss. So yeah, you basically slash all the time and use those 3 seconds once the boss is vulnerable, and you'll get the 1 cycle. It's not really that difficult. It's just like sometimes you might miss a hit, and then that hit will translate into not the quick hit.
Yeah, you do have to hit every single hit there. There isn't any margin. If you miss one hit, then you're in a 2-cycle fight.
Exactly. Alright, not really big difference between the 2 runners. This is probably like a 4-second difference, I would say. And we see Dragonstrike right now entering Catacomb. And this is the level that I was talking about, the difficult one as far as survivability goes. Because there are a lot of cycles you have to catch, and some of the traps are really nasty.
So we'll see a lot of crushes here. Getting caught by a crusher is instant death. There's a lot more moving platforms, a lot more cycles that need to be hit quite accurately.
Alright, so it appears that both runners will get the first cycle. With the newest update, there is no mashing anymore for text, so we have the same, I guess, text speed for every runner. By holding 2 buttons you get the maximum, and that first cycle used to be a really big pain for many runners when they had to mash text. But the newest update is basically free, I guess.
So it has been mentioned in chat, both the runners are playing on PC. There are some differences with load times, and also some areas are slightly laggy.
To be honest though, the difference is not that big.
It's minimal.
Yeah, it's
but it is
like,
there.
It is there, indeed. It's still like a relatively new game, like it was released in late August, so we might change some rules, you never know, in the future, regarding that. But yeah, for the 8-bit, the difference might be like maximum 2 to 3 seconds, maybe, with loading times, I don't know. It's like really minimal.
It looks like Zelda, yeah, just missing that early cycle. So he just has to wait for the crusher.
Yeah. Like all these, so far, like they haven't really made many mistakes, and now they are not also gonna take a specific damage boost, underwater damage boost on the spikes, and they're gonna have to be on 3, like on 4 or 5 HP.
4 or 5 health, yeah.
Yeah, to do another damage boost later on. This Wish Rogue room cause some
Yeah, I
troubles,
noticed you had a little bit of trouble with that in your race earlier.
Yeah, like sometimes the Wish Rogue's positioning can be a little bit nasty. Ooh, Dragonstrike being on 3 HP now, so
Not
he
going
can
to be
only
able to take that damage boost in this room here.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Like Zeldablade has like a small chance to catch up now.
And that's the damage boost in effect.
Yeah, it saves quite a lot of time. I believe it's like close to 4 seconds, so it's quite a lot.
It's quite a clean climb there from Dragonstrike.
Right, and now this is the scary part. This last crusher. Let's see how Dragonstrike deals with it. Small bonk. Okay, he made it. Nice. Yeah. That
Oh, Zelda taking a death.
oh, that's a nasty one.
That's costly.
Yeah, the deaths in Catacombs overall cost about 40 seconds, maybe. If it's like one death, because you have the Gormwood text as well. That's like really unfortunate, because the checkpoints are really spread along the level. So, right, Dragonstrike really good RNG here, utilizing like a new strat here. He will probably get it here, the kill here, 2 more hits. Really nice fight there.
I don't think that could have gone any better.
Yeah, this is like
Zelda having to wait for that cycle.
Yep. This is like the good RNG for Ruxton, and this is the good execution, I guess, on Ruxton. A really nice level overall. 1046 is really nice split. Dragonstrike. Okay, so let's see how Zelda deals with Ruxton. Catacombs boss. Good RNG here for Zeldablade as well. A little bit sloppy though on the execution, so probably Zelda will have to deal extra hits. Oh, I guess 1 extra cycle as well here underneath. Not a minor time loss, but it's a time loss.
That's interesting. I've never seen that technique before.
Yeah, Zeldablade was probably the one who found it, if I'm not mistaken. It's a really cool technique to get on top of the UFO. At least it was a good recovery. And Dragonstrike is on Bamboo Freaks. And this is probably one of my favorite levels. By having the base strats, you're gonna have to do a lot of those double lantern hits. And now, if you're done optimally, you can have a really beautiful level overall.
The controversial out of bounds, which isn't actually out of bounds.
Yeah. I think there were a lot of runners who were doing that already, so we decided not to say it's out of bounds. I guess it's not really out of bounds.
There's nothing preventing you from
Yeah.
going there.
True.
In the same way as the corner clips do.
Exactly. Right, really clean level here from Dragonstrike. Getting a lot of the skips in Bamboo.
There are a lot of small tricks that really add up in Bamboo.
Yep. One more.
It's pretty much all execution based. It's all how you do your platforming.
One more tricky one. Let's see if he gets it. Okay, Dragonstrike is going for the old version of the elevator skip. It's a little bit slower, but it's guaranteed. I'm aware that Dragonstrike is not familiar or not comfortable with the fast way. This is not bad though, so really nice bamboo trick from him. He's done, and Zeldablade is approaching the really interesting area here in Bamboo. You can do like a really cool skip here, which not a lot of runners can do. Like Kuninga CST, the Cornwall record holder, can do that, and M2, of course, the founder of the skip.
So Dragonstrike going for his wingsuit now.
Oh yeah, the wingsuit, and then buying 2 upgrades as well. So you'll see that in Gaston Fair, I guess. So you can use the wingsuit to just go upwards. It also bought the glide attack, which will allow him to do a specific attack while in the wingsuit. You'll see it here. This will help us gain a little bit of extra height, so we can do a lot of cool skips.
It's interesting to note that if you don't buy that upgrade, you actually can't attack at all while using the wingsuit.
Yeah.
So it's not just that you don't have that downward attack, it's that you don't have any attack at all. While using the wingsuit, you are completely powerless.
Exactly. You have to like
the no upgrade runs a little bit more challenging than perhaps they could be.
Yeah, exactly. You have to like release the glide button, which is like the jump button. And you have to do like a slash, and then go back to the glide attack. So it's like really fast input stuff. To give you an idea of how important the glide attack is, in Howling Grotto it saves a little bit of time. I believe it's like close to 2 seconds, maybe. but in Coins from Mars it saves about 6 seconds. So it's like a significant amount of time that you can save with the glide attack.
Yeah, that's why it's important that they leave Bamboo Creek with around 260 time shards, so they can have the 270 required to buy both upgrades.
Yeah. Nice platforming so far from Dragon. Really nicely done from Zeldablade as well.
There you see Dragon using the other upgrade that he bought there. So to get the Aerobatics Master, you also need to buy the Fast Swim upgrade, which gets used exactly that one time in the little pool.
Yeah, in this category, it's only used only in that specific pool. We will never see this upgrade again in this run.
However, it does save time.
Yep, it saves a significant amount of time, funny enough, because you can actually extend it by using glide ship. There are some really cool skips in the 80% run that you can do with that one. And the new game plus, of course, runs. Okay, Howling Grotto fight for Dragonstrike, and this is not an easy fight. If you've done it multiple times, of course, it can be like a routine, I guess. It really depends on like not messing up some hits, I guess. So let's see how he does.
We're at damage boost through the hand in 7 hits, and then a shuriken, which gives maximum amount of time at the top of the golem to deal damage to the head.
Nice. Dragonstrike will get the 2 cycle here. By doing that, you will have a lot of time to do a lot of hits with the golem, as Art said. So we are getting a 2 cycle golem, but there's also this little green guy, I guess. Dragonstrike gets a really bad kill, unfortunately. Flies off the
It was
screen.
a fast kill, but
Yeah.
this drop at the end takes a lot more time.
Yeah, you can see how much time he wastes. Usually you want to kill him like relatively low on the screen. Unfortunately, he did the last hit as he was like gliding, so he went way above the screen. So Zeldablade now on the boss. Let's see how he does on this one. So execution-wise, from what I see in chat, from like casual playthrough, I think it's a significant like difference. It's mostly because like the runners know exactly what to do though. It's not a really difficult game to get into, but of course to get top times you need to put a lot of effort into it. Memorizing the rooms and knowing the strats for every single thing is the difficult part.
I'd say it's a very good entry-level speed game though. If this was your first speed game, you would be a very good starting point.
Yes. I don't believe it's a difficult category, difficult game, and this category specifically, I think it's quite easy to get into compared to the 80%, which is the longer one.
Yeah, the tricks themselves that save time are easy.
Yep.
The real difficulty is learning to string them together. But you can get a good time. You can get, maybe sub 50 within your first few runs.
Yeah, absolutely. So Dragonstrike had a little bit unfortunate. He had some shenanigans there, taking a little bit of hit by the ball, so he had to play a little bit safe. So he's gonna lose a little bit of time in Coins from Mars. Zeldablade dealing with the golem nicely. Goes on to Coins from as well. This level is quite tricky. If you mess up the strats, you will end up in a really bad position, I guess, as you saw from Dragonstrike, for example. So
the positioning and cycle timing are easy to mess up in this level.
Yeah.
It's not so much. It's not so costly as maybe Catacombs in terms of missing a cycle. You'll take damage, but you won't necessarily die.
There are like a lot of refills as well along the way, which is the good one, really good, in comparison to Catacombs, which doesn't have any refill along the way. Yeah, I would say that this run doesn't really have any like significant amount of RNG. Like there are
Certainly
like
not the platforming.
Yeah,
The only real platforming risk is the whiz ropes.
true. But they are not as bad, I guess. Especially for a beginner, I would say. RNG is non-existent in my opinion. Like the bosses don't really matter that much. For top runners, of course, it matters. And yeah, a lot of practice and muscle memory. You need to know the level and the room. Because it's quite important to be prepared once you enter a screen to, you know, automatically do the inputs and everything. Position yourself for skips and stuff. Okay, Dragonstrike had a little bit of, not the greatest crucial Mars, but at least he made it without dying to the boss. And this is like
so we'll see
really
a slight difference on the boss fights. Well, more specifically the cutscene after the boss fight. Zeldablade will lose a second or two.
Yeah, really cool technique there on Queen of Kurushum. Dragonstrike did specific like hits to get Cloud Step to get enough height to reach the Queen and knock her off those rings. And by doing enough damage, we calculate this specific kill, position ourselves to the doors and throw a shuriken for the last hit, which is I don't know exactly the word. It's like the last hit has to be there, I guess. Okay,
So I always get mocked for this, but this is my favorite level.
Yeah, this is Dreamazar's favorite level, and I think it's
mine and mine alone.
Yeah, no one likes Serene Crags. It's such a weird level. At least we get one of the best upgrades in the game, and this is Rope Dart.
Yeah, so we have the Rope Dart now. So we can use this to grab walls, lanterns, rings, enemies, and some projectiles as well.
Yeah. A nice jump there from Dragonstrike. In the meantime, Zeldablade having a really good fight in the Queen of Whales. And I believe Zeldablade will get the quick kill, yeah. Nice quick kill there as well. Good fights from both of them. I think Zeldablade had a little bit better push from Mars overall. But that death in Catacombs definitely puts him quite far behind. So by checking the Dragonstrike's screen, you can see that the combination of Rope Dart and Glide Attack can do a lot of magical things. We'll see in this screen there is a specific skip that you can do. Let's see if you test it. That's the Glide Attack.
Very nice.
Yeah, Glide Attack on the guy, sneaking on that small like hole above the ceiling, using Rope Dart to push the guy a little bit further to the right, and then Glide Attack to skip the whole sequence. It's just like really beautiful. Rope Dart is going to be utilized a lot now. Unfortunately, it's only like 3 levels. This one, Glacial Peak, the next one, and the last one will be Tower of Time. But still, it saves like a lot of time just in 3 levels compared to not having the Rope Dart at all. Okay, nicely done from Zeldablade as well. And Dragonstrike is on the boss. Now, this is probably one of the bosses that have, like, the RNG matters, I guess, in top runs, I would say. There are Colossus and Zeus have specific, like, patterns, and depending on the pattern, I guess you can get a fast kill or a slow kill. So far, Dragonstrike gets decent RNG, I would say. Also, in this boss fight, we will see another interesting thing, and that a utility purpose that Rope Dart offers, which is iframes. By using Rope Dart, you gain iframes for a specific period of time. So if you like do that little bit of spam, I guess, you can like dodge any attack. Really clean fight, really good RNG there from Dragonstrike as well. He gets a quick kill on the boss.
So that was a very fast fight, and you might not have noticed that each of the bosses there has separate properties. So the green guy you can only hit from the front, and the red guy you can only hit from the back. But as the fight was so quick, there wasn't really much time to explain that.
Yeah, I believe that rope darting, iframes from rope dart is a little bit more important because it's going to be utilized in a lot of sections later on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Zelda Blade is on the way to the boss, and Dragonstrike is on Glacial Peak, and this is probably one of the favorite levels for every single speedrunner in this category. It's absolutely amazing. Everything in this level is perfectly placed. Lanterns, objects, enemies. You can utilize rope dart fully and glide attack as well to do some really cool platforming. And also the music.
Yeah, the music's pretty awesome. I would say that this has the higher risk, probably the highest risk of any level for making a mistake in your platforming.
Yeah, there are some sections that have some pits, so if you miss like a rope dart, you might end up dead. That's like a risk. Like we'll see in this screen, for example. The dragon did a really good job. Okay, a little bit missed up there, but pretty solid overall. And Zeldablade having a really good fight as well in Colossus and Zeus. Done with this fight now, and we'll enter Glacial Peak. Again, I think that just the death of Catacombs is what separated these two. A really good showing from both of them.
So a lot of the casual platforming is skipped. You just see routes sail by. And Dragonstrike using the rope dart to recover from a mistake in his platforming.
That was a little bit scary.
It was.
I also saw like a little bit of interesting beginning from Zeldablade in Glacial Peak. Usually we see, really unfortunate here. Oh, Zeldablade will have to lose quite a lot of time.
Yeah, speaking of that casual platforming. Fortunately, there aren't many damage risks in Glacial Peaks. There are a few spikes and a few enemies, but the bigger risk is making a mistake in your platforming and taking a drop.
Yeah. I think that beginning was like the only difficult part as far as like spikes goes. At least
so Dragonstrike entering Tower of Time.
Yeah, it's a lovely kind of recovered. So far, really great movement. Yeah, Tower of Time. Yeah, this is a difficult level.
It's puzzle platforming with more platforming than puzzles. It actually reminds me a lot of the castles in Alex Kidd in Miracle World.
I actually don't know that one.
It's an old Master System game.
I see. Interesting. I'll have to check it out, actually.
The style is quite similar.
Maybe the inspiration was from the...
I can see they've taken a lot of inspiration from many games.
Yeah.
The one that they actually shout out in the credits is Donkey Kong Country 2, I believe.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention something. Okay, interesting glitch there. This is no out of bounds, by the way. It's just like a visual glitch, I guess.
Technically out of bounds, but it doesn't save any time, so we consider it.
Yeah.
We consider that legal because it doesn't save any time at all.
Yeah, it's just like something really unfortunate for the runners, so they cannot do anything about it. So it's not their fault. But speaking of we talk about Glacial Peak. Unfortunately for Zeldablade, there were some spikes, I forgot, in one screen, and Zeldablade unfortunately fell into those spikes and had a death. So I guess we kind of jinxed it. Commentaries curse, I suppose. Like one room that had the spikes that were dangerous. I believe Zeldablade missed a rope dart or something.
Oh, was it the room that he's in now?
No, it was kind of in the middle.
Because I saw he tried to take the right side as he entered that room.
Yeah.
Which I've died to that before.
Yeah. Yeah, it can't, this is like the importance of the memorization.
Yeah, if you forget which room you're in, because the exits of the two previous rooms are very similar. So if you think you're at the later room and you take the right side, you will eat spikes.
Yeah. So zeldablade will enter Tower of Time. Dragonstrike is on by that end part, I guess, of Tower of Time. I say Temple of Time, I guess, Ocarina of Time. That's like influenced me there. I need to mention that Dragonstrike was on 4 HP in one section that you can actually do a damage boost on the lasers. The lasers deal 4 points of damage, so Dragonstrike couldn't do the damage boost, and that damage boost saves 7 seconds.
It's actually rare that you'll see someone take it because it's so difficult to get to that part of the tower without taking the damage.
Yeah, the thing is, the runs have 6 HP. They bought the upgrade in Searing Cracks, and there's like another upgrade that allows you to gain HP when you kill an enemy. Like there's a chance. So that increases the chance of like getting that skip, I guess. Usually the runs went with 5 HP, not getting the HP on Searing Cracks, but I guess for races it's really good, and I believe that even in runs, wow, both runs got
zeldablade getting that same glitch.
Yeah, one interesting thing. No out of bounds, by the way. Oh, Dragonstrike, that scared me. Almost fell in that section.
It does happen. Right. It's very easy platforming, but it's easy to get complacent.
Alright, I don't want to jinx it, but Dragonstrike is on PB pace.
Well, you've said it now.
I said it, yeah. I believe
Let's see
in
what
Dragonstrike.
technique he uses. I'm hoping to see some rope dart strats like the Carlos and Cersei's fight.
That's going to be interesting. Arcane Golem, last fight of the category. Dragonstrike. Let's see how he handles this.
It looks like he's going for the slashes though. Yeah, he's not opting for the rope dart technique.
Ooh, the save one. I understand that.
With practice, it's actually easier using the rope dart technique.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to sort of position yourself so precisely.
Alright, really good damage, and he did it.
That's GG Dragonstrike.
Yeah, GG Dragonstrike. And PB, sub 33, which was a really good goal.
There you see that damage boost that 2C was talking about previously.
Yeah, nicely done there from zeldablade. Yeah, we have it. This is PB from Dragonstrike. Really great PB as well. Sub 33 is not that. It's not easy. Doing in a race, that's really cool.
Yeah, I believe that is a new PB for Dragonstrike.
As the sub 33 barrier is a difficult barrier for many runners, of course. There are only 4 runners now with the Dragonstrike joining this.
Yeah, that actually puts him in 4th place.
Yep. Alright, zeldablade now on the last stretch of the run.
Did you know there's health in that Wizrobe room?
I actually didn't know that. You find out through New Game Plus that you like through a windmill circuit by accident.
No, I found out by being bad at this game. Desperately searching lanterns for some health to make it up to the end of tower.
Yeah. Sees a lovely now on the last part. These moving platforms.
Oh no. Is he going to go back for it? Oh. No, he's gonna die.
mean, he
Oh,
can
wow.
get it now. I guess it's just tried to get the HP. Oh, I believe. Oh yeah, zeldablade forfeited the run. It wasn't
That was
PB pace.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it wasn't PB pace, so I decided not to finish the run. But GG's nevertheless. Like as I said, I think both runs were actually quite close. The
Yeah,
catacombs.
I think there was just that one death between.
Yes, the catacombs death definitely cost around 40 seconds to use zeldablade. At the same time, Dragonstrike pulled out a fantastic performance, like sub 33. It's really ridiculous. And yeah, really good showing from Zelda. I think zeldablade got a really nice PB recently. So coming back to the game, because there was like a little bit of a break, it's nice to see that they're going to, they're going to improve it, of course, in the future. Yeah, I don't know if we can have Dragonstrike here for an interview. I'll ask. But yeah, this was the 8-bit no one bounce category, as you saw here in the in this race. The runners reached this specific point of the part of the run of the game, I guess. This is probably the 1/3. So there's like still plenty of game left. But for racing, 8-bit is definitely a really great category. And for an entry level, as we said.
So I've been considering putting an 8-bit New Game Plus tournament up once this tournament's finished. And we'll put it to the community and see how people feel about that. So if you look at Dragonstrike's screen now, you can see some of the 16-bit part of the run. The graphics and music are updated.
Right, just a second. I'll try to get the runners here for a small interview before we close this. Give any final thoughts. But yeah, really nice showing from Dragon. That was a really nice comeback from Dragon as well, because he took us quite a big break, I believe 2 to 3 weeks break from Messenger, and like for about a week now he's been playing it, and getting a really huge PB like this in a race definitely feels good.
Yeah, coming back from break and in your race, getting 4th place. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the devs. Absolutely fantastic people. They're part of the speedrunning community. They join us, they talk to us. They've added some patches specifically for speedrunning, and they make a point of making sure that if there is a patch that, if there's a bug that could be patched, that only affects speedrunners and not casual runners, they've made a point of saying that they won't be patching anything unless it affects casual play, which I think is a massively brilliant move from the developers.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got the runners in here.
Yeah. GG to both Dragon and zeldablade.
Yeah, GG guys.
So Dragon, that was a huge PB by you, like sub 33. It's one of the goals that you were looking forward to. How does it feel getting in your race as well?
Finally sub 33. But the quill marsh was so bad. Oh my god.
yeah, there were like a couple of mishaps there, but I guess it was important that you managed to cover some. You know, it's a race after all, so you need to stay alive and such.
Yeah.
Good recovery. And yeah, zeldablade as well. You had a pretty good run overall. Like your your like platforming in all sections was good. There was like this unfortunate death on catacombs. That really.
Yeah. I thought to myself that I would decide to go for the one cycle in that room, and then I decided I would do it a little too fast, and then I hit the spike ball, and that didn't go very well.
Yeah, that specific cycle can be tricky because a lot of the times we just focus going really fast, and that spike ball, you know, can miss you out sometimes. It happens, but overall you had really solid performance, I have to say. I guess the Rockstein fight was a little bit off, but probably happened because of like nerves, I suppose. From like
that was part nerves, and it was also the first time I tried to go for like the super fast strat.
Oh, I see.
I didn't know it was actually difficult to do.
Yeah, this is like,
I can do it. It's whatever, and then it turns out I couldn't.
Yeah, it's a little bit, you know, it requires a little bit of practice. But once you get used to it, of course, it's gonna be like second nature. That's for sure.
I was actually really proud of my close room. I think I saved like 4 seconds there, and that was pretty cool. It was really close to a gold.
Nice. Yeah, it was. Overall, as I said, I think that your movement was actually really good. Nice rope darting as well. Glacial Peak, of course, another like unfortunate thing. I believe you missed a rope dart right in that room with the spikes.
Yeah, that was I was wondering for a while if you could just rope dart when you were standing there, but I didn't know you had to be a little lower than the platform there.
Yeah.
So I just tried to rope dart, and then it didn't work. And
yeah. Recently, you got a new PB as well, and I believe you recently came back to the game. So hopefully, you'll push the times down, get a way better time that I'm pretty sure you can do. So good luck to that.
Yeah, the update released. I figured I'd come back for a bit, and then I cut off like a minute off PB a few days ago, and that's where I stand now.
Yeah, that's really nice. In the meantime, Dragonstrike, now you're gonna move on to the quarterfinals, and you had a really great performance here. I believe you have to step it up a little bit, like put a little bit the extra gear, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because your next opponent is a little bit tough. Yeah, he only has a war record, I guess.
Only. It's not that bad.
It's only Cooney.
Just set a new world record.
Exactly. Just do it, forehead.
Yeah, sub 32, let's go.
You never know, he might well choke because simply because it's a race.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a different scenario to just your normal runs, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's right.
That's the fun, I believe, in races. Like, anything can happen. That's really fun. So, gentlemen, any last thoughts before we close in?
I'll do better.
Yeah.
Buy this game, learn this game, run this game, race this game.
I was totally gonna finish the run, and then I died on the last laser before the final fight, and then I was nah. Nah.
You weren't sure if you were going to go back for the potion that you missed.
Oh, dude, I looked at it and I was so sad.
Yeah.
I think we were all sad.
I was so sad, and then I was upset, and I was like, I'll just fight him with 3 health. It's fine, I can do it. And then I died to the laser, and I was like, no, I can't do it.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that.
I think it was the first time I've ever forfeited a race. It's history.
History being written here in the Messenger 8-bit Nordbound server. For more, make sure you tune in, follow the links in chat, follow the tournament and the schedule, of course, for future races. I believe the next scheduled race is between Murachio and N2, a quarterfinals match.
I believe that's Monday.
Monday, the 10th of December. We might have like a finals on Christmas.
That would be fun. I'm working, so let's hope not.
Yes. Alright,
I will
so
commentate.
yeah, thank you guys for the race. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you Dreamazard for joining me here. I guess I joined you in commentary, to be fair. And
It was a struggle, but we got you here.
and of course a huge thank you to Speed Gaming, because they are awesome and they host a lot of races and they are fun. So thank you everyone. I hope you have a good day. See you.
Thanks. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Woo!